What up, everybody? It's Big T here with my 40th birthday celebration. We will give people a few moments to come on in. Just typing something one moment. Hello, Special K. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Being me. Thank you. Thank you, Breaking Insanity. I hope you eventually break insanity. Camptastic. Thank you. Appreciate that. Tracy Mitchell. Thank you. Tracy Michelle, is that? Yeah, Michelle. Don't mind my COVID brain, all right? I'm not reading things correctly. Mike Vasquez, thank you. The Spooky Fangirl. Thank you. I appreciate that. Village Smith. However you say your name, thank you. I appreciate that. 40 looks good on me? You think so? I hope so. I don't have too many gray hairs yet. I notice when I shave, my face always looks green on here. But when I shave, I notice I got a little couple gray stragglers in my goatee sometimes. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not even going to try to say what your name is, so no offense, but you have a cool name. But thank you. Madison, happy birthday, Big T. I can't stay long but drop by to give well wishes. Have a great day. Thank you. I'm glad you stopped by for a moment. It means a lot that you did. Mary says, happy birthday to my mentor from afar. Well, I'm honored to be your mentor. You are free to email me, bigtbariatric@gmail.com, and I can help you out with anything that you need, and I can mentor you even further if needed. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I've not had an illness like this in my entire life. This has been so weird. Like, I've had COVID twice before, and the first time, second time, maybe it was like a typical flu or cold or whatever. But this time, I was racked with just extreme dizziness, just this dizzy feeling anytime I closed my eyes. If you've ever withdrawn from anything or not eaten sugar for a few days and you just felt really weird and withdrawn from it, like that's what I was feeling. And just every time I closed my eyes, I'd get dizzy. Or if I stood up, it's like if you just tried standing up and having blood rush through your head one time, like that dizzy feeling, like I'd feel that all the time. My fever would spike to 103 and then back down to 99.8, then back up to 101, and it'd just spike off and on. That was the weirdest feeling I've ever had in my life. And normally I'm sick for 1 or 2 days. Like, I get over things very, very quickly. I feel better a lot quicker. But I've had this since Thursday, and I'm still getting over it. So whatever it is really racking my body right now. Thank you. Oh, and by the way, I hope your COVID brain goes away, and I hope mine does as well. Miss Elise, thank you. Yeah, I don't know how I just skipped 10 years in my aging. But thank you. I appreciate that. I don't feel like I'm 40 years old. I honestly don't. I don't know what happened to 10 years of my life. I still feel like I'm in my lower 30s. Like, that's how I feel, like emotionally, mentally. Like, I'm so energetic mentally that I feel like I could be 25 even. But my body's just not feeling that way. Thank you, Scooter. I appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I get lots of people saying I look younger than I am, but I don't know. Maybe these next 10 years I'll start to look my age if, my hair starts turning gray or something. I don't know. Still got a full head of black hair, so even though I do a little bit of a receding hairline, it was down here, but whatever. Thank you, Special K. Much appreciated. When we got COVID, we were just snotty and delusional. Well, and then that's the thing too, is I didn't have a lot of what's that word? Congestion. That I got today. But yeah, I didn't feel that at all. Maybe a little tickle in the back of my throat or something like that. But that's about the most that I felt. Yeah, I got that feeling too. Yeah, COVID's nasty. I can't imagine people who deny that it's a thing. It's a little worse than a cold or a flu. I can handle those things, but whatever just hit me, man, it socked me out. I was exhausted. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate that. And Sissy B, thank you. Kate, thank you. I appreciate that. I love you all. Thank you so much. Be young at heart. Doesn't matter what age you are. That's true. When I'm 80, I'm still going to say I feel like I'm 25 and I'm going to be young at heart and I'll never, ever age. Hopefully. We should have a special guest popping in at some point here. Starzan is saying she's going to join us, and we might get a few others who might pop in. I've invited them and I left them the link. Whether or not they join or not, that's totally up to them. It's cool. I know everybody's got a lot of other stuff going on, so yeah, it might just be us. So go ahead and do me a favor and like this live stream, and maybe it'll send the algorithm out and more people will come out and watch it. Maybe if we can get this thing up to 40, 50 people, that'd be cool. So if you're looking to get me something for my birthday, you can like this stream. Or if you want to support this channel, you can join as a member of Big T Bariatric. I'm going to start hitting that a little more in my videos. I don't normally like to, but being unemployed right now, I'm going to try to do my best to do more advertising and pushing memberships, seeing if more people are willing to join and stuff like that, so that I can make this a full-time gig as much as possible. Where was I? Go easy on the birthday cake. I had one slice of cheesecake. Very, very thin piece of cheesecake. That was my dessert for my birthday. I could have had more. People were pushing for me to have more, but I kept to my limit. And I didn't eat very much the past few days, so I thought it was okay to have a little slice of cheesecake. But thank you, True Crime. My day's been up and down because I've been so sick. I've been behind on my homework, so today I've been trying to catch up on papers that I've had to write for school. And I wasn't successful because I'm still feeling kind of dizzy. I'm still not at my best. So I got one paper done out of 3. So I'm going to have to do more tomorrow, and my professor's going to have to deal with it, or I'm going to lose some points on it. I'm okay with that. I tried my best. Well, thank you, Kate. I appreciate that. I mean, if it was just me saying I look 30, people wouldn't believe me. But the fact that I got so many other people saying that I look like I'm 30 years old, it does make you feel good. It makes you feel good that you look younger. And I'm sure that'll happen the more weight that I lose. The more weight that I lose, more people will. I'll probably look younger and younger, maybe. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. Also, I'm on my bed right now. My back hurts, and I'm again not feeling very well. So hope you guys don't mind that I'm on my bed. So I might move around a little bit. Don't don't be bothered by that, please. Thank you, Alex. Black Oleander, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do, but I don't normally like to say, "Hey, please join memberships." Like I'll put it in my videos, but I always edit it out because I feel bad, like I'm begging people for money or something. Um, and I don't like to do that. But if you don't remind people that memberships exist or whatever, you know they won't do it. So um, yeah, I'm gonna try to edit that part of my video a little more, where I try to say something a little different about, hey, join memberships type thing. And I'm trying to think of some perks that I can do that will make people want to become a member. And I'm thinking about getting my Patreon back again and uploading special content for that. I think that'll help as well. I didn't have too much success with Patreon when I tried it. I used it for a little bit so I can get a camera and a light and a microphone and stuff. So I was able to get a few things, but yeah, now that I'm unemployed, I need to do my best to make YouTube a full-time gig here. I don't know what happened to my camera. There it is. I just touched something. I'm sick with andovirus right now, and it's hard taking off from the gym. What is adenovirus? Adenovirus. I haven't heard of that. What is that? Thank you, Scooter. I appreciate that $5 donation very, very much. I appreciate you so much. You've been one of my first fans that I remember, followers on my channel, and you've always been supportive. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Young in the heart, strong in the arms, and in the mind, and go you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, American Amy. You're the best. Psycho Kitty, thank you. Yes, awesome, Scooters. Awesome. I fed the cats and dogs food and wondered why they kept crying. COVID brain is real. Yep. Thank you, Steph, another one of my supporters for a very long time. I appreciate your support over the years as well. Oh, and you sent me a donation as well. Thank you, thank you. You are the best. Get over your reluctance over offering memberships. It's the free market. If people want it, they'll buy it. Yeah, that's true. I just got to get over it and plug it, That's the only way I'll be able to make this a full-time gig. Yeah, I was planning on making videos for the rest of February, and then when I got COVID, I couldn't get out of bed. So I've had a video idea in the back of my head that I've been wanting to film. I'll probably film it tomorrow. But my plan is most days in March I plan on putting a video out. So what that looks like, I don't know yet, but I'm trying to tweak how I do titles too, because I think my titles aren't the best. Like, they don't attract a lot of viewers. Some do, some don't. So I'm trying to think of adding more emotion somehow into the titles, into the thumbnails, stuff like that. So yeah, I want to do better so that I can turn this into a full-time gig for me. That's true. I gotta be nice and comfy here in my bed. Thank you. Just a nasty virus. Thought I had real bad strep, but tested neg. Yeah. Strep is one of the worst, man. It's just constant throat pain. I hated strep. When I lived in Texas, this is weird. When I lived in Texas, up until I was 13, I would get tonsillitis every single year when I was a kid. Every year I get tonsillitis, and it would just be inflamed tonsils. And when I left Texas and moved to Michigan, I've never had it ever since. Never. I don't know if it's just the type of climate down in Texas or the humidity or what it was, but I would get it regularly down there, but up here I would not get it. But you'll be in my prayers, Ashley. I hope you feel better. Prepping the tabbouleh salad for the week while you entertain me. I'm not being too entertaining yet. I hope this chat picks up a little bit. Just kind of saying hi to some people, and then I might try to find something we can talk about. If you guys have any subjects that you want to talk about, or maybe something maybe I could react to, yeah, I might throw something in here to react to. We'll see. And like I said, Starzan said that she'll visit as well. And we might get another person who decides to visit. But nobody else confirmed other than Starzan, so we will see. Sorry, going back. Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Thank you. You are awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the thing about Texas, pollen from hell, so I wonder if that had a lot to do with it. Thank you, Mama Bear. You're loving your 40s. I really hope that this is a good decade for me. Like the last 4 decades were not so good. So I'm hoping now that I lost this weight that my life can finally begin. That I can meet somebody, move forward, get it. If I can make enough money on YouTube to survive, focus on school, focus on YouTube, that sort of thing. All that is possible for me. I just got to keep working hard at it, keep moving forward, keep losing this weight, and I think the rest of that will come. But I'm glad that you are enjoying your 40s. That really inspires me as well. But I've also been having thoughts today like, wow, 40 years old. I'm the age that doctors told me I wouldn't make it to if I didn't lose weight. So to actually be there, to cross this threshold, I know my work's not done. I still got weight to lose, but I'm very, very honored to be here. To have you guys wishing me happy birthday and cheering me on and all that great stuff. I'm so very happy and thankful. But yeah, I'm glad to be here. But a lot of it's scary too. You're like, okay, I'm halfway done with my life already. I got another 40 to go. Just those kinds of thoughts. And oh yeah, I'm not getting younger. I'm getting older. But I'm sure we all have those, midlife thoughts and stuff. How much trouble is merchandise on YouTube? Would that be practical for you? I don't know. I've never even looked into it. I'm still kind of a smallish channel. I, haven't even hit 10,000 yet, but I think once I hit 10,000, I might look into it. Because like I said, when I did try Patreon, I got like 5 or 6 people. And so it wasn't really a lot. So I didn't know how many people would be willing to buy things from me. But they might be more willing to buy than memberships. But I also didn't offer very much in memberships because I'm new to the whole thing. So this week I'm definitely going to look at membership options, things that you guys would find interesting, that you'd be willing to pay for. And merchandise could be one of those things. But I don't know if I need money out of pocket to get that going. Like, do I need to buy a bunch of mugs with my face on it or something, or my logo that and then sell it to you. What would that process look like? Does somebody else cover that? I might talk to Starzan about that because she sells merchandise, so she'd be somebody to talk to about that. School's going well. We're almost done with this halfway point of this semester, so it's really accelerated programs. You have a normal 16-week semester, and what they do is they take 16 weeks and they cram it into 8 weeks. And so it's a lot more reading, a lot more studying, but it's only 3 classes. So what would be a normal 6-class semester, they only do 3, but they cram it in. So it can be a lot. It can be a lot. But I'm passing all my classes. I don't know why that keeps happening. I keep touching something. You can offer some vlogging style videos for memberships or membership only lives. Hey, there you go. That's an option. I will add that to the list of things that I can do, because I can seriously add some more videos for memberships and membership only lives. You're 57? No, that ain't. You got to be in your 30s. Ain't no way you're 57, Scooter. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. If you haven't yet, do me a favor and like this video. Maybe go share it somewhere. Let's get this thing. Let's get 50 people watching this. You would love a Big T sweatshirt and mug, huh? Well, I'll definitely keep that in the back of my head. I'd probably do a mug first or something like that to see how it goes, and then maybe a sweatshirt. Maybe have that logo that my friend made for me. Maybe put that on a mug or something, and yeah, that'd be cool. Well, have a great night, True Crime. Thank you very much. Thank you for staying up and saying hi to me. I hope you have a great night. Sleep well. Well, thank you, gorgeous. Back to you. Thank you, thank you. It is almost 8:30 here, so I still got a little more work on my paper to do. But I'm gonna try to hang out with you guys a little longer. I'm not like, I didn't mean that as if I'm going away soon, but I haven't live streamed in a long time, so I might stay up a lot longer with you guys. We'll see how it goes. Maybe you guys will get sick of me. If you got something you want me to react to, or a discussion point, any questions that you have for me, go ahead and leave it in the chat, and I will absolutely answer your questions and react to whatever you want me to react to. Let's make this fun. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you dropped by as well. Appreciate the love. Thank you, Miss Elise. Yeah, it was tough. Very, very tough. That's why I don't know. I regret leaving my job. I regret that it ended the way that it did, and I wish that I can go back, but at the same time, 9-hour days there, coming home just plumb exhausted. I'd lay down in bed and I'd crash when I know I had homework to do, and I wasn't doing very well there either. And so, like, the day that I left, the night before, I got a 68 on one of my midterms, and it should have been an easier midterm. And the very next morning, they moved me to a new position. And so emotionally, I didn't take that very well. Like, I'm struggling at work. I'm struggling at school. I'm failing here, guys. And I wasn't making YouTube videos. And just things were falling. My grandpa had just passed away a few weeks ago. On top of that, excuse me, I should have muted that. I hope that wasn't too loud. My grandpa just passed away. Now I got COVID. So, I mean, there's a lot piling on right now. And now that I don't have that financial stability that I had some anxiety today. I'm not going to lie. Turning 40, dealing with all that now, being sick, I've had some anxiety. So it's definitely a struggle. Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate that. What do you think about fast food and junk food companies paying TikTok dietitians? It's just pure straight propaganda. I mean, there are too many people today. And if you like TikTok, that's fine. I like watching TikTok. I like watching shorts and stuff like that. I need to stop clicking something. I don't know what I keep clicking on. Oh, it's my webcam. Anyways, sorry about that. Too many people are getting their news off of TikTok. And if they see something on TikTok, they believe it. If they see a product on TikTok, they buy it. And if you're one of those people, fine. You know, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. But you can say anything on TikTok. You can promote anything on TikTok. You can promote any kind of diet. You got both sides of the political spectrum putting stuff on TikTok, and people just eat it up and buy everything that they see on TikTok. So, of course, places like fast food companies are going to put dietitians on there. And a lot of the fat activists are going to join in too, because they think it's okay to eat whatever you want to eat and live however you want to live. Just eat it up, live it up, however you want. Just go do it. It's fun. And people just get hurt. People get hurt. People are dying because of it. And it's just disgusting. If there's any dietitian out there that is promoting fast food eating, they should lose their degree or their certification or whatever it is that they're doing. Now, everything in moderation. Like if you're doing Weight Watchers or something like that, the occasional chicken nugget with a couple fries is not a terrible thing. I still think it's bad. I think you should avoid it 100%. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't avoid it. What I'm saying is that the occasional treat, like tonight, I had a small little piece of cheesecake for my birthday. That's fine. I haven't had any kind of sweets since the beginning of the year. So going on 3 months now. I've been losing weight. I've been doing better, getting back on track. I allowed myself a little treat tonight out of 2 months. That's fine. So if you have the occasional opportunity to eat a little treat, you are rushing, and you need to stop and grab a couple chicken nuggets. It's not the best food. You're not going to be fulfilled by it. It's not going to help you feel better about yourself. It's not going to do nothing but soothe that serotonin in your brain. That's all it's going to do. You're going to be hungry in a few minutes later anyways. Ah, my stupid camera. One second, guys. I'm going to try to fix this. Hang on, guys. Something's wrong with my camera. You can keep asking questions. I will fix this. There, my back. There we go. All of a sudden, it just switched my camera setting from the camera that I'm using to OBS. I don't know why it did that, out of the blue. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, any dietitian that suddenly... It's okay to have the occasional sweet, moderation, of course, whatever. But if you're a dietitian and you're advocating for fast food at all, you lost all credibility. You did. You just lost all credibility. Because that stuff is killing people. And to tell people it's okay to eat it is just ridiculous. All right, let me find out where I was at. Okay. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. I'm glad you find me to be an inspiration. You guys inspire me as well. You can do me a favor, hit that share button, hit that like button, leave a comment, even if it's just to say hello. Let's get the algorithm going. Let's get this thing to 50 people watching. I'd appreciate that. Thank you, Susan Elliott. You are awesome. And Peggy. Thank you. Stephanie. Or Steph. I don't know if it's Stephanie, but it's Steph. Because I see Steph. Here's a question. Do you think that finally more people are leaving the fat acceptance than joining? Actually, we have a group on Instagram where a lot of our anti-fat activist people get together and we talk. I don't know if they want me to say who's all part of this group, but there's a lot of us there. Michelle McDaniel and the Cynical Dude and Alan Roberts and Starzan and Sam at Every Size and myself and a few others. We all get together and we talk about these issues. And it seems like a lot of what we've been talking about lately seems to be how there seems to be less fat activists than there were. And even if they're less, they're talking a lot less. Like Fierce Fat Femme, who I just covered her, and I'm going to cover her again in my next video because she responded to my video. So I'm going to talk about that. She even put out a few TikToks where she's talking about how she's not on a lot because of trolls. You know, we are the trolls because we disagree with her about her fat activism and the consequences of obesity. So even though we're trolls, she's not posting a lot anymore. She posts infrequently because of people like us. We're getting our voice out there. And so I think even though it would put me out of business, I would be glad to go out of business knowing that fat activism died. Because I think what we do saves lives, and we're trying to help people, and we're trying to save people. We're trying to put out good content that's not just entertaining, but, well, I just hope that there's people who watch my channel and watch their channel and is inspired to change their life for the better. Knowing that I've lost 200 pounds and I used to think that way, I used to struggle that way for decades. I yo-yo dieted and struggled with it and fought it. And it took me getting weight loss surgery to get that down. And not all of them agree with me about weight loss surgery. Some of them would never do that to their body. And that's fine. But a lot of the weight loss that I had nothing to do with my surgery. Because I had to lose 100 pounds before my surgery. So that's why I often advocate and I say not everybody has to get weight loss surgery. That's for the extreme cases. I was almost 700 pounds. But if you go see a dietitian and a therapist and you work on it, you're more likely to be successful than if you just throw your hands up in the air and say, I need to lose weight. I'm going to go on a diet tomorrow. And you don't research the diet. You don't really look into it. You just join this fad thing because you saw it on TikTok or whatever. And then you join up and then you fail on it because you have no willpower and you're not really dealing with the mental part of it. And then you keep failing and failing. What helped me most was not my stomach surgery. What helped me most was getting the therapy working out a lot of those problems and being able to talk with a dietitian to show me what I was eating was wrong and how to make better substitutions, and meeting her weekly and weighing in and being accountable to somebody, not trying to do it on my own. That is what ultimately helped me lose the weight that I lost. And so a lot of the fat activists out there, they see that as a bad thing. They see willful weight loss as being fat phobic. So I embrace fat phobia. I'm like, I am fat phobic because my fat on my body is going to kill me if I don't get it off. And so a lot of them are either dropping dead. A lot of them, like even Tess Holiday, and I should make a video on it too, are realizing that there's a lot going on in her body. She does not feel good. She does not look good. She's getting older, and so she's realizing she needs to go on a diet. And so that's what she's been doing. She's gone on a diet, believe it or not. A few of my colleagues have covered her. So yeah, they are dropping off like flies. They are not making content as much anymore because of us trolls, or they're going on a diet, or they're changing their ways, or they're dying off. So I do see a lot less fat activism right now, but we'll see. You know, it might ebb and flow. Maybe during the summertime, you know, they'll come roaring back, or, you know, there'll be a new one that pops up who's super popular for a while. And that seems to be what happens. Some of them come up and they're popular for a while and they fade out. Whatever. But we'll keep watching. We'll keep reacting. Can I pet that dog trap remix by Corned Beef Soup? Should make you laugh. Big hugs. I have no idea what you're talking about, but that made me laugh. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. It's scary how some people will believe anything they see on social media. Exactly. That's scary. Even my mom does it. She'll just be like, she'll see something and she just has to buy it. She has to get it. And she'll believe any nonsense news story that she looks at. And I'm not even saying mainstream media news. It's just some random article will pop up. No, Tony, I just read this and it's so bad for you, blah, blah, blah. But there's just so much out there. There's people that say you should eat eggs. And there's people who say you shouldn't eat eggs. There's people who say red meat's bad for you. And there's people who say red meat's good for you. It's like, I understand why it's so difficult to diet today. I get that because I've been a part of that. And I've seen that there's so much misinformation. You don't know who to believe anymore. You don't know who to believe. But yeah, people will believe anything that they read. Question. All right, you've already had one, Steph, so you're going to need to pay me $50 a question I answer moving forward. I'm kidding. Do you think there are finally more people... Didn't I just answer that question? Oh, yeah, I did. You probably just re-asked it a different way. I started my weight loss journey 11 years ago at the age of 40. Now at 51, I feel better than I did back then. I feel healthier and younger. It's possible. You're doing great. Happy birthday. Well, thank you, Dana. Dana, I appreciate that greatly. Yeah, I'll probably feel better in my 40s than I did in my 20s, in my 30s, because I wasted a lot of those 30s being almost 700 pounds. And so I feel great now. I'm motivated. I'm looking better. I'm feeling better. I'm ready to get out there and meet somebody and do some new things. So much appreciated. Thank you, Chrissy. You can send me some more cheesecake in the mail, please. Self-control is good. A slice of cheesecake is fine to enjoy on your birthday. Yeah, for sure. My coach may or may not be happy with it. We'll see. I confided in him. I said I ate some cheesecake and I ate a couple pieces of pizza for dinner, 2 pieces, and that was my birthday celebration. It's important to learn how to allow yourself to have fun and live with food. Cutting out all treats is really unrealistic. That part of maintenance is really hard for me. Yeah, I mean, it would be absolutely best if you could never eat the junk food again. Because just having yourself a little treat is going to entice you to go back to eating your bad ways. But that is completely unrealistic. It's unrealistic to think you will never be enticed to eat bad food ever again. Because you're always going to have birthdays. You're always going to have Christmas. You're always going to have Thanksgiving. You're going to have your friends' birthdays. If you have kids, you're going to have their birthdays. And there's always going to be cake and hot dogs and barbecues. Your friends are going to want to go out to eat. You're going to want to celebrate different things in your life. So it's completely impossible to stay 100% on track and never again have a little slice of cheesecake on your birthday. It's okay to allow yourself that. It's totally fine. What's difficult is overcoming the grief, because then you just feel bad that you cheated on your diet. Well, it's not cheating if it's a part of your diet. That's why I always advocated for Weight Watchers in the past, because they, even though they're not perfect, and I don't like what they're doing lately, assigning point values to food and saying you can eat what you want as long as you're within points, I think is a good system to help people, because it's not restricting so many different kinds of food. You can have what you want. But you know that slice of cheesecake is going to be way more points. And so if you have that slice of cheesecake, then you're going to have to eat a little less that day. And so that's fine. As long as you don't make a habit out of eating cheesecake every single night, one slice on your birthday is perfectly fine. Now I'm a bit more strict with myself because I have a lot more weight to lose. So I do feel guilty that I had a piece of cheesecake tonight. I might get my butt kicked by my coach tomorrow. I don't know. But I felt that it was okay. And so, you have to allow treats. What are you studying? I am studying pastoral theology and theology. So I'm trying to be a pastor. That's my true calling, is to be a pastor. And so, yeah, that's what I want to do with my life. So I go to Liberty University, but I do their online course. I'm getting my graduate of theology diploma now, and then I'm thinking about continuing and getting my bachelor's and even a master's degree in it here in the next few years. Thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate that. Thank you, Andrea. Big love for Michigan. By the way, why do we have so many of your pennies in our change? Like, you need to stop giving us your pennies, all right? The Spooky Fangirl says, what kind of stuff do you do in regards to diet and meal prep? One of the things I'm doing is eating meatballs made with lean turkey instead of meat or beef. Really good and very filling. My eyes are itchy. It depends on the type of meatball. Meatballs, a lot of meatballs have bread in them. A lot of like filler breads and stuff like that. So I try not to eat meatballs. But if they're just meat, that's fine. But I'd be careful with eating a lot of meatballs, especially if you're trying to avoid bread and stuff. But if you're not, that's fine then. Lately, what I've been doing is I'll have a shake, like my Ensure Protein Max shake in the morning, and then I'll have like a keto yogurt in mid-afternoon. And sometimes I don't have a shake. Like I haven't had the money to buy a new box. It's like $35 for 12 shakes. That's a ridiculous price. But yeah, if I have them, I'll get a shake in the morning. Then I'll have a keto yogurt. I'll have a protein, maybe like a burger patty or two for lunch, a burger patty or two for dinner, or a couple chicken tenderloins or something like that, protein. And then usually around now, I'll have some more yogurt. and that's usually what I eat most days. I need to find more variety in proteins though, and I'm not much of a protein guy, believe it or not. I like chicken, but only if it's like really dried out and burned. I know that's weird, but it has this consistency that I really like. Like it's um what's the word I'm thinking? It's like really grilled, like really well done grilled chicken. I know a lot of people like their moist chicken, but I like mine overdone. For some reason, that's the only way that I'll eat chicken. Um, I like steak. I can eat bacon sparingly. It's too much fat, but I'm not a fatty guy. I don't like the briskets. I don't like pork too much. I do like some sausage and stuff like that. But I don't like a lot of pork. I don't like chops. I don't like a lot of that meat. I don't like the fatty steaks. So I stick to pretty much just hamburger patties and chicken, and that's pretty much what I eat. Sometimes we'll make a keto type chili type thing, but I need to find more variety, because when you're just eating burger patties, a lot of the times, yeah, you can get bored. Thank you, Andrea. Much appreciated. Thank you, Laughter. Any words of advice for someone struggling on their weight loss journey? Well, it would depend on what you're struggling with. What are you struggling with your weight loss journey? You can leave another comment down there if you want to, and I'll get to it later and address it specifically. But as I was saying before, I think the biggest piece that most people miss when they're on their weight loss journey is they don't get help. They don't get help. They try to do it on their own, and they keep failing at it. It's really difficult to do on your own, because if you go out with your friends and they're all eating garbage, you're going to want to eat garbage. If everybody around you is ordering out McDonald's all the time and whatever, you're gonna do that. It's hard to just give up years and years of eating certain foods in certain ways. Even your body freaks out as soon as you go on a diet, because you're used to eating a certain thing. You're used to the carbs and the sugar. And then when you stop eating those things to go on a diet, your body freaks out because it starts to withdraw from the sugar. Sugar is 8 times as addictive as cocaine is. I know people disagree with me when I say that, but I've seen the scientific research. I put it in my videos before. It's more addictive than freaking cocaine. And then they wonder why their body struggles and why they have a hard time getting over food. So you're going to need sort of a several day detox period. You're going to have to prepare yourself for knowing that you're not going to be able to eat those foods, to get them out of your house. And once you stop eating it, you will feel much better. It takes time for your body to adapt. It takes time for your body to get used to eating lower calories. And so you're just going to have to go through that period of suffering, I guess. If you're doing keto, we call it the keto flu. You get flu-like symptoms for 2 to 3 days because your body's withdrawing from the sugar. You might get a headache. You might feel lethargic because you're not getting what your body is craving. And then your body switches over from using sugar as fuel to using fat for fuel. So the best thing to do is to start cutting out the sugar and the carbs, because that's how you gain weight. Is when you eat the carbohydrate. And I'm not saying completely cut carbohydrates out of your diet. I'm not that person. But when you eat a lot of those, your body uses what it needs for energy. And because we're very sedentary these days, we're not out moving around a lot like they were in the past, where they were always out in the field working. What happens is that our body uses what it needs, and it uses very little because we're not moving around a lot. It stores the rest for later. It's sort of a survival mechanism from our past, right? It knew that we were going to need that energy later, but now we're not moving around a lot, and we have an abundance of food around. And so the abundance of calories that we eat, especially the sugar and the carbs, our body stores it for later. Well, if we do that day after day after day, and we keep eating more and more and more food, and we're not moving around, it's going to store more and store more and store more. And before we know it, oh, wow, we've gained 10 pounds. Oh, we've gained 20 pounds. Oh, we've gained 50 pounds. And that's just how it happens. Diet is like 95% of it. And people, there's a lot of fat activists who think, I'm just going to go exercise and work my tail off. Do you know how many hours you're going to have to work to burn off a couple donuts? Like, you can't eat like crap and think you're going to go outwork a bad diet, and you're not going to. So my best advice is to get some help. Have an accountability partner who's going to do this with you. If you don't have anybody like that, find a dietitian. Get involved in a program. Even if you're not going to get bariatric surgery, get involved in a bariatric program through a hospital. You can tell them, I'm not sure if I want surgery, but I just want to get in the program, and they will help you. You'll have regular monthly appointments to speak to a dietitian. You'll see a therapist. If you have an addiction to food, you're an emotional eater. You eat to celebrate. You eat when you're sad. You eat whenever you get bored, so you eat. Like, if you're an emotional eater, having somebody there to work out those feelings with you is going to be great. When you get bored, finding things to do instead of eating is great. Get out of the kitchen, go for a walk. Get out of the kitchen, go to your friend's house. Get out of the kitchen, go see a movie, avoid the popcorn aisle. When you're bored, recognize when you're bored. When you're sad, recognize that you're sad. You don't need to eat to feel those feelings. Those types of things. And just keep with it. You're going to have failures. And one of the biggest things that I think people trip up on is they really fail because they plateau. They lose weight for a few days and then think everything's great. And they step on the scale every single day. And then if they don't lose weight every single day, they think that they're failing. But their body's going to stall. Because a lot of the weight that you lose at first is water. And then your body's going to try to grab onto as much water as it can. And so that's why you plateau for a little bit. And so that's the biggest thing. I think a lot of people give up on their diets because they have a little plateau. And plateaus can last for weeks. I had one after my weight loss surgery. I was on a pure liquid diet 2 weeks after my surgery, and I stalled for 2 weeks. I was still losing body fat, but my body was holding on to water. And so it equaled out on the scale. The scale is not the end all. You should be measuring your waist and your arms and seeing where the fat is disappearing from. So just because the scale is not moving does not mean you're not losing weight. Does not mean you're not losing fat. So don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep fighting. Keep moving forward. Don't give up. Find accountability. Get some counseling if you need it. Get a dietitian if you need it. And just keep moving forward and never give up. That would be my advice. That's lots of advice. But there you go. All my favorite people. They are getting more desperate as people pass away and leave fat accept. Yeah, that's true. But it does seem like a cult because the more people die from fat acceptance, they just totally shrug those people off. Like they don't care about them anymore. How does 40 feel? I don't know. I'll tell you when I fully recover. But maybe I didn't get COVID. Maybe I just turned 40 and my body just, this is what 40 feels like. I don't know. I'm kidding. Oh, thank you, Dana. Dana? I really appreciate that. Pair character flying in the air with red cape. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's very generous of you. All right. I need to take a sip of water. One moment. All right. Thank you, Lilith. Appreciate you. I'm not fat phobic. I'm type 2 diabetes phobic. Yeah, I just hate that they put that word phobic on things. You know, it's like, well, you have this opinion, so you're phobic. Like, I don't hate anybody at all. I don't hate fat people. I decided to change my own life because I was receiving lots of negative, painful, devastating consequences because of my weight. Why do you think I hate you? Because I decided to lose weight. I need to somehow cherish my fat body. My fat body has done nothing but give me harm. And then I've heard some people, well, you know, Big T, your body survived while you got fat and damaged yourself. It's like, I understand my body needs help. That's why I'm losing weight, because my body needs help. I harmed my body. My body survived, but barely. It's struggling. And so I need to keep losing weight to save it. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Gray Muffins. Why are your muffins gray, by the way? I've been on so many diets. Want to know what finally worked? Calorie counting, not the sexiest diet. I mean, I often say that that any fad diet you choose is going to work. And I know some of you are going to disagree with me. Bad diets are fad diets, blah, blah, blah. And the reason why they go out of style is because people give up on them. But any diet with a calorie deficit is going to work. Whether it's keto, whether it's Mediterranean, whether it's Weight Watchers, whatever diet you go on that's going to be a calorie deficit is going to work if you stick with it. Because it doesn't matter what flavor of diet you do. If you eat less calories than your body burns, you're going to lose weight. If you add exercise on top of that, you're going to lose a little more weight than you would have if you weren't exercising. That's just the truth. That's just reality. Try to remove it. Oh, yeah, your double post. You should date a subscriber and have her on your channel so you can do shows together. Are you free, Ashley? I'd date a subscriber. I've had a few of you guys tell me I look good. You wouldn't want to kiss me today, though. I might get you sick. I'm jealous you got some pizza. My stomach is still too new. You'll get there, I promise. One of the things that I was able to eat not long after surgery, I think maybe week 3 or 4, it was like this manicotti bake. And it was just like lasagna without the noodles. You got the manicotti in there, you got the pasta sauce, and you could layer it. And I thought it was amazing. After weeks and weeks of liquid dieting, just having some manicotti sauce, cheese and sauce, just like lasagna, it was amazing. I loved it. Nah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I just feel bad because it's like, oh, I just worked hard for 2 months, and I know when I give in, it's harder to go back. That's just been what I've dealt with my whole life. So I just like worried that if I do have a slice of cheesecake, which I did, again, I admit I did, that I'm gonna screw everything up. I'm gonna screw up 2 months worth of progress. It's gonna be harder to lose weight now, but that's not the way it works. Calorie counting is also the easiest. Accountability and restraint is required for it to work. Though, even if you are bulking, you need accountability for calorie counting to be successful. That is one of the things that's working right now with my coach. He's a big guy. A lot of you probably know who he is, but he doesn't want to be named. A lot of what's working is I have to send him a picture of what I eat and tell him what I'm eating every day. And I don't want to disappoint him. I don't want to disappoint myself. So that's what's keeping me going, is staying accountable and sending pictures to him. So if you have a coach like that, if you have a friend like that, if you have somebody you can trust and rely on, and you can be honest with them, you have to really be honest, because you can really screw it up and not send things and lie about what you're eating. That's not going to work. But yeah, if you have somebody you can be accountable to, say, listen, I need your help. I need your counseling. I need to show you what I'm eating. I need, like, it's going to take that kind of accountability. A dietitian, like if you use MyFitnessPal, your dietitian should be able to go in there and see what you're eating, and then they're not going to yell and scream at you and call you a fat loser. They're going to say, okay, well, you made this decision. Here's how you can do better next month. You know, there's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame. Why are you going to keep doing this to yourself over and over and over and over again, failing all these diets, saying that they don't work, and then join the fat acceptance movement and just stay miserable instead of doing it the right way, getting help, finding accountability, doing it the right way, and sticking with it, even through the ups and downs? I mean, we're headed to March here in the next couple days. How many people have already given up on their New Year's resolution to lose weight? They've already given up on it. A lot of people. And here we are roaring into spring and summer. Before you know it, the holidays are going to be back, and they're going to gain more weight, and they're going to do the whole cycle all over again. And it's like, why are you doing that to yourself? I do, Chrissy. I do. Thank you. That's it. Calories in, calories out. Remembering good nutrition. You need to fuel your body. That's what food is for. A lot of this junk that we eat, the pink slime chicken nuggets and all that, that doesn't fuel your body. I know the fat activists say it does, that any food is food, it all fuels your body, but not all fuel is made the same. You can put two different types of fuel in your car. One will screw it up and one will make it run more efficiently. Like, you want to keep putting the wrong type of fuel in your car? The same thing goes with your body. There are good foods that you can eat that will help you stay on the right track. Like, eat the right foods that will fuel your body. It doesn't matter what diet you do. You don't have to do keto. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You don't have to do what anybody else is doing. You don't have to jump up to the next fad and waste all this money on programs. Eat less, eat better, eat cleaner, move a little more, and you'll be fine. Richard Simmons, old school deal and meal system was point-based. My aunt used it and it worked for her. That's great. Yeah, point-based systems do work because you get to see how many points are in certain foods. Okay, well, if that's 20 points, maybe I shouldn't eat that because I only have 35 for the day. Or if I do eat that because it's my birthday and I want a piece of cheesecake, then maybe I should go light for breakfast today. But what a lot of people need is a stopping point, something that will stop them. Oh, I only have a few points left. I have to stop for the day. Maybe I shouldn't eat that. Versus having no point system and not knowing how many calories that they've eaten because they're not really looking at it. And a lot of people try to ballpark it. I kind of have an idea of what I know I'm eating. We have no idea the calories because we're not looking at serving sizes. I used to think a whole bowl of cereal was 140 calories. And then I realized what I was doing. I was filling a bowl of cereal up with milk. I wasn't counting the milk, for one. Two, how many calories are in a serving of milk versus a full bowl full of milk? Filling a full bowl full of cereal is probably 5 or 6 servings. So I was probably eating 1,000 calories for a single cereal bowl. People aren't really counting their portion sizes. They have no idea the amount of calories and the amount of sugar that they're eating. And they think they're doing okay, but they have no idea what they're doing. Just like I had told people in my one video where my sister got onto me because I was eating a salad. I said, I'm eating a salad. I'm eating healthy. Look at what I'm doing. She goes, you put 1,000 calories worth of ranch dressing on that salad. Just because you're eating a salad doesn't mean it's healthy. And you can get a Cobb salad with all this junk on it and croutons and tons of meat and cheese, and then you add 1,000 calories worth of dressing. Sorry, but that's not a healthy salad any longer. So we do these things that we trick ourselves into, thinking we're being healthy, thinking we're doing the right thing, but we're making all kinds of mistakes because we don't know. And that's why going to a dietitian is going to be very, very, very helpful. 1 minute. Let me get some water. Starzan should be joining us soon. Oh, I already clicked on that. That's a great school. Thank you, Kara. Good to see you, my friend. Oh my gosh, you still have sweat into the oldies. My mom started Weight Watchers recently and has lost 10 pounds. She likes that point system for the reasons you were talking about. Her main concern is working on portions. It seems to work for her. Absolutely fantastic. I lost the most consistent weight on Weight Watchers. So I definitely recommend it. Of course, they're not perfect. There's no perfect system out there, but I recommend it. All right, I'm going to sit up. So give me 1 moment. I'll be right back. I'm back. You guys saw me shifting anyways because it turned back on. Oh, well. My back was hurting, so I had to shift. How many calories a day are you allowing yourself? I'm eating about 2,400 right now. That's what my coach put me on, but I eat a little less than that. So I try to keep to the calorie limit, but I don't. I normally don't even make it because I can't eat too much at one time. And so even though I'm kind of snacking throughout the day with a shake, a yogurt, whatever, I don't normally eat that many calories. But even on this program, my weight got stagnant for a little bit. Like I plateaued for a couple weeks. I stayed at one weight. And only now getting sick did I lose 2 more pounds. So, like I said, plateaus are going to happen and you're going to get frustrated by it. Don't give up on it. Get the Walmart brand equate. I'll take a look at that prime rib. You know what's yummy? Phage 0% Greek yogurt and a squeeze of water flavoring. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Yeah, I definitely love me some jerky. I sure do. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. Yes, you get me. Overcooked chicken is the best. I love it. I can't eat it any other way. Like, it's got to be overcooked and dry, almost like a chicken jerky, kind of like. Not necessarily chicken jerky, but if it's not overcooked, I don't like chicken. I don't know why. I mean, fried chicken's fine. Probably because it's a little overcooked. But I'm just weird. I'm a weird person. To answer your question, there's no bread. Instead, I use almond flour as a substitute. Yeah, you're on the right track. Just keep going. I eat rotisserie chicken, ground chicken, 100% chicken meatball. I might have a problem with variety too. Yeah, that's the only issue that I can see is if you get bored with your diet, you're going to give up on it. You're going to start thinking of ways to incorporate more things into your diet that maybe necessarily you shouldn't be eating because you're just bored. And, a lot of people just start thinking, well, I need to do better than this. I'm kicking out all these food groups and I miss potatoes. And so I was doing a variety of keto where I allowed myself some vegetables, where I didn't kick myself if I had a little bit of rice or if I had a potato or some carrots, which none of those things are on keto. Like, I wasn't necessarily doing keto. I just know that the less carbohydrates that I eat, the better I'm going to be. I'm still struggling with fighting the sugar carb withdrawal. I'm holding on to hope that it'll be able to get through it and come out feeling better. Let me tell you something, all right? And I hope you're still watching. I've never felt more amazing than after coming out of a sugar withdrawal. Like, I felt so clear-headed, so amazing. Like, there was a buzzing energy throughout my body. Like, I felt great. So once you cut that stuff out, it sucks for 2 to 3 days. But you start feeling amazing. You start sleeping better, But make sure you get your what's the stuff you put in water? Like your COVID brain. I forgot what it's called. But if I remember, I'll mention it. But like your potassium and your salt, electrolytes. That's it. Electrolytes. You need your electrolytes. So make sure. Now there's a lot of expensive brands, but I get salt substitute. It's potassium. So you don't have to spend $50 on a Dr. Berg thing of potassium. This is a couple dollars. And you sprinkle it in with your water and your water flavoring. And it's potassium. And then you can sprinkle a little salt. Get some magnesium. Like, if you get your electrolytes in, you will feel like $1 million. I bet any of you right now, if you're not used to that, because we don't get a lot of potassium in our diet, but we need it. If you go get some salt substitute and got yourself a big water with some flavoring or whatever and put that in there, put enough serving for a day and drank it, you would feel like $1 million. Like, we need potassium in our diet and we barely get it. But every time I've gone and had a potassium drink, put some in my drink, like, I feel great. Like, I start buzzing. I feel great. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. I hope I get blessed throughout the year as well. And you as well. I eat high protein, high carb, lower fat. I didn't start losing until I started eating carbs. I'm not a bariatric patient, though. I'm a weightlifter, no sugar here. Yeah, I think I need to incorporate more carbs into my diet. Like I said, I stopped losing weight for about 2 weeks. And only when I started adding a little carbs the past few days, because I was sick, I was eating chicken noodle soup and stuff, did my weight start to finally go down. I think I want to add some clean carbs to my diet and see if that helps. Plus the constipation. I know TMI, big T, but when you're not eating carbohydrates, you get stuffed up. I clean for a living, and I still have to count calories. Yep, we all do. Like, you can work a 9-hour shift on your feet, but if you eat badly, you're still going to gain weight. Exercise isn't as much as people think it is. Like, a lot of the fat activists think, oh, I go work out at the gym. I go for a 10-minute walk. I should be fine. Why am I not losing weight? Really? Like, you barely worked off a fourth of the donut that you ate earlier today. You really think that the way you're eating has no impact? Swap in fresh fruit to curb the sugar withdrawal. Be careful of the fruit though, because some fruit is just packed full of sugar. And I know some people say it's a different type of sugar. It depends on the fruit. There's some fruits like berries that are really, really good that don't hit the system like maybe a watermelon would. There's different types of sugars and fruits, so just kind of do your research. It is the calories that makes you fat. My portions are so small now after gastric bypass. The weight is falling off. Actually, I keep joking. My butt fell off. Well, I'm glad your butt fell off. I'm glad you're doing well after your surgery. Thank you, American Amy. I appreciate that. Thank you for my birthday gift. Yes, great idea. Not good to step on that scale too often. I know. I am so tempted to do it, though. I want to step on it every single morning. But I just can't because when I'm not doing it, I'm like, wow, am I doing well? Like, I just start thinking about it. Am I gaining weight? Am I losing weight? Like, how am I doing? And I just want to step on it. Like, but it's easy to get addicted to stepping on it, but you shouldn't, for sure. So I want to take a moment. If you just joined me, please be sure to hit that like button for me. Leave a comment here. Let's get the algorithm going. I just want to see this get up to 50. Still waiting for Starzan to stop by. Starzan says she's feeding her pets, so she might pop on here. Yeah, and that's a good point too. You know, if you're working out, you are walking, whatever, and you're losing fat, you could still be gaining muscle, and so the scale evens out. And you know, a lot of people are thinking, "Oh, I'm not losing fat. Oh, what's going on? I'm gonna give up on my diet." But you're gaining muscle too. Like that's a part of it. Now, people say that muscle is heavier than fat. It's not, because a pound of muscle is the same as a pound of fat. It's a pound. The difference is that a pound of fat takes up way more space than a pound of muscle does. So if you put on a pound of muscle, but you lost a pound of fat, that's going to show up on your waist. That's why measuring is going to work best. Because you're going to see that pound of fat gone around your waist, but you're not going to notice it on the scale because you also gained a pound of muscle. And so a pound is a pound. So it might show if you're working out, like the scale's not moving, but you're still losing body fat. So don't get discouraged. Keep going. Rose is my partner, and she is feeling down because she constantly wants to eat. Thank you for the information. We are in the start of healthy weight loss, and with spring coming, time to get walking. That is true. Now that's getting nicer out. It was 70 freaking degrees here in Michigan, and it was beautiful. And I still feeling bad, so I didn't go out for a walk, but I wanted to. But I'm sorry that Rose is feeling down. The desire to eat is really, really strong. But just know that once you keep going and keep pushing further, it does get easier. It does get easier. Your body adjusts. You're not going to be as hungry. Your stomach's going to shrink up a little bit. And when you eat more protein, the benefit of that, and I made this analogy in one of my videos recently. I said, when you eat a lot of complex carbohydrates, it's like throwing kindling on a fire. What does kindling do? It burns up really quick, and then you're hungry again. And so you throw some more like cheap chips or those types of carbohydrates, some crackers, whatever it is. You throw that on the fire. It burns up quickly. You're hungry again. But if you eat more protein, it's like throwing a wet log on a fire. And a wet log takes longer to burn. It's a longer burn. So when you eat a lot more good complex proteins, you stay you stay full longer than when you're eating carbohydrates. So that would be my best advice, is to eat more protein. Don't necessarily drink your protein. Like, if you eat more protein, then your stomach's going to stay full. And it's going to take longer to burn than the cheap carbohydrates. So try to eat more protein if possible. But I really hope that you both do well and you have a good time walking this spring, and check in with me and let me know how you're doing. I feel I can eat all day, mostly proteins, and never feel full. I'm hyperglycemic, so sugars drop low, so I have to keep carbs in diet and hard not to overindulge in sugars. Well, you just blew up what I just said. Some people are just like that, you know. Um, some people's bodies, I've had people say, well, Big T, that's good for you, but I have a high carb diet and I'm losing weight. Yeah. I mean, uh, yeah, that's just the way a lot of people are. People are different. Their bodies burn fuel differently. Um, for me, carbs make me gain fat. For some people, carbs help them lose weight. It depends on the carbs. But if you can eat proteins all day and you never feel full, I'm not sure why that is. Maybe the hypoglycemia is doing it. Um, yeah, that would be something for a dietitian that would be outside of my expertise. Of course, you're welcome. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you, Mythic. Appreciate that. Thank you, Rafe. You're awesome. Keto is what worked for me. I didn't count nothing. I just sparingly ate meat and vegetables, and I cut out carbs and sugar as much as possible. Yeah, that's what worked best for me. That's what worked best. I'm glad it works for you too. Well, you can fix that, Ashley. You know, you don't have to stay married to the same guy. Like, here I am, 40 and single, no ring on this finger. Like, I'm a famous YouTuber, right? So, unless he's like a surgeon or something, are you going to do better than me? I'm just kidding. I'm glad that you're married, and I hope you have a great marriage. But, you know, if you know somebody my age, though, or younger, I'd go a little younger because I want to have kids, but. And notice I said a little younger. I'm not talking about young. Um, but all right, I have a phone call, guys, so I will be back in a moment. All right, I'm back, guys, but my camera is doing its stupid thing again. One moment. All right, we're back. We are back. And we lost a lot of people. I'm sorry about that, guys. We dropped like 20 people. That was an important phone call I had to take. Thank you, Dollface. I appreciate that. I'll never eat cream of wheat again in my life. Yep. I still have several boxes in my cupboard because I ate that every morning. Every morning for weeks and weeks after surgery. Reality exists. Yes, he is, Ashley. But he doesn't want people to know that. He didn't want people rushing him and asking how I'm doing and stuff. But he took me on. A piece of cake is not going to ruin you, trust me. That's true. Have you ever watched Kiana Doherty? She's a YouTuber and she's got some great videos that criticize the Bopo. Yeah, earlier in my YouTube career, I reviewed a lot of her stuff. So yeah, I've watched a lot of her videos and stuff. That's why I finally gave in and got a coach. I had no accountability with that one. Exactly. Coaches will change your life, I'm telling you. They will help you. Thank you, Jerica. Oops, I missed a comment. That's not true. I have sweets. I incorporate them just a few, and I cut back on the carbs and sugar and everything else. So, yeah, the occasional sweet is okay. If you're doing keto, like, here's the thing about keto. You can't cheat on keto. You can, but it kicks you out of ketosis. And it takes like 3 more days, and you go through the whole cycle again to get back into ketosis. And then if you cheat again, you kick back out. So that's the thing. It takes time for your body to adjust to burning fat. But once you reintroduce sugar, it uses sugar as energy first. So your body suddenly roars back to eating how it did before, using that energy. So it goes back to sugar. Once the sugar is burnt up, then your body readjusts to using fat again. And so you're constantly doing that to your body. If you're trying to do keto and you're just having the occasional sweet. Like, I know that after my cheesecake today, I'm going to have to go back. It's going to take me 3 days to get back into ketosis. I already know that. So I weighed the options there. I knew that was going to happen. And it might take me some time to get back into my weight loss, which is what sucks about keto. You can't cheat on keto and do it successfully. Because if you're constantly going back and forth like that, you're not going to be in consistent weight loss. And the goal of it is to get into the fat adaptation stage. So your body is just so efficient at burning fat for fuel. And so that's why I really think that keto can work. You can get your body just revved up to burning fat like crazy, but it takes time. It takes like a month to get into the fat adaptation stage, but it takes 3 days just to get into ketosis. So that's why it's such a tough diet, but it works. Thank you, Miss Elise. Have a great night. I don't have a coach, but I paid for the Renaissance periodization diet app. It's nice. I'm having success with it. On maintenance, I'll go and cut in a few months. That's great. One thing I've learned on my weight loss journey is that if you... Hang on one second. I think I might have blocked you. Let me make sure I didn't. Okay. I thought I hit the wrong button. One thing I learned on my weight loss journey is that if you eat good food and feel good, you eat crappy and you feel crappy. You are what you eat. I'm a piece of cheesecake right now. But yeah, what you said is true. I mean, what you put in your body is going to be the type of fuel you're putting into your body. You want to feel good? Well, eat what your body needs. It needs vitamins, it needs minerals, it needs nutrients, it needs what it needs. It needs protein. It needs those things to thrive. That's why I said if you take your electrolytes, like your potassium, we don't get enough potassium in our diet. But if you start drinking some, adding it to your water, you will feel like $1,000,000 because you're getting what you need. Like, there's a difference between the types of fuels that you put into your body. It really makes a big impact on how you feel. And then a lot of these people want to argue with me. Like, well, why do you look like and feel like crap? Why do you break out in acne? Why are you having all these issues? Why are you tired and lethargic all the time? Why do you get exhausted after you eat? It's because of the crap that you're putting in your body. And then your body like fights every single day to, sugar is toxic to your system. Sugar wasn't something that has been in our system our entire lives. It's very recent to our diet. Sugar is a recent invention, and it's toxic to our body. And we don't realize that. But the food industry is putting it in everything because it likes to get you addicted to things. You would be amazed if you walked through the freezer aisle and looked at the nutritional facts and see the number of things they put sugar in. Like corn dogs and stuff like that, like chips. It gets you eating and eating and eating. You can't stop eating it because there's sugar in it and you get addicted to it. Well, that stuff fights with your body every day. Your body needs to clean it out of the system. And that's why people get diabetes. That's why cancer forms. That's why all these issues start cropping up. Because the body starts trying to dispose of the stuff. Because it's toxic to the body. I wonder where Starzan is. I'm not going to see if she's ready. She might have forgot because she's old. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Thank you, Louisiana Living. Why am I dancing to this? Yeah, if it works for you, do it. Great. Here, I could switch it up. Let's do R&B. Maybe future pop. Cinematic. It's dramatic. Alright, back on chill. Because it's chill night. I wish you a happy and long life. Happy birthday. Thank you, Nero. I appreciate that. I can hurt your back doing a panel on a bed. I do all my panels on my bed. Yes, it hurts my back. I don't have a computer, chair, or desk. Yeah. It sucks. Because I'm more comfortable in my bed, so I'm trying to write papers and stuff from my bed. Because I don't have a comfortable chair. My chair is like very, very hard, and it like has stuff that sticks me. So that's one of the things I want to buy soon is a new chair, so it's easier to make videos. I can't sit in that chair very long. And I try not to make videos in my bed anymore because somebody made a comment that the screen shakes. Yeah, well, so I'm trying to make better videos and not have screens that shake. But electrolytes, yes. Trying to catch up on comments here. Hit that like button if you will for me, guys. We had almost 40 people in here, so after I got that call, we dropped a lot. So let's see if we can get more people back in here. Share this live stream. Let's get people in here. Celebrate my 40th birthday. I have almost 10,000 subscribers. We need to get more people in here. They do have sugar-free candy. We have to be careful because that stuff can be explosive, if you know what I mean, on the other end of your body if you eat too much of it. I know from experience. You don't want to know how. I know a friend that did keto real strict, lost tons of weight, now weighs 100 pounds more than when she started. Yeah, that's the thing, That's the hard part about ketos because you like restrict yourself so much on it. And once you stop, you really start gaining it back. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. When I started keto, it took 3 months for the withdrawal symptoms to stop. It's hard, but worth it. Oof, I'm sorry it took that long. Normally it takes like 3 days, but I guess for some people it takes a lot more. So sorry to hear that. Oh, I didn't know it caused heart issues for some people. Maybe I should have put a disclaimer on there. If you have heart issues, do not take potassium. Contact your doctor. I guess that's why they have no salt to begin with, because people can't have salt. But they have potassium. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. The keto yogurts that I eat, my favorite one is coconut. It is amazing, and I buy them out every time I go to the store, and they're out right now. So I haven't had one in a while. So I'm hoping that they will buy some soon. No word from Starzan yet. She might be getting ready. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate that. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care. I've been talking in my, yeah. That's what happens when I get behind on the chat. Like, I don't hear certain things. Hello, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? I don't know how long I've just been talking without my mic. I have no idea. This has been a bad live stream. I've had coughing. I've had phone calls. I've had all kinds of things. I think I'm back. Am I back? No, Tracy, it's been I had papers to write, and I had some anxiety earlier. Just thinking about being 40 and worried about work, but I know God's got me, so I just gotta have faith. And so it hasn't been my best birthday, but being on here has helped cheer me up, seeing all you lovely faces. Is Tarzan still here? Does anybody have any questions for me? What it's like being 40? About my weight loss journey? If not, I might end it here then. That's a good one. What do you hope you'll be doing this time next year? Oh, I hope I'll be pastor of a church, or an ordained pastor, not necessarily head pastor of a church, but starting that process. Full-time YouTube, maybe having lost the rest of this weight, hopefully by this time next year. Married, hopefully. If probably not married, because that would be a very, very short relationship and engagement. But at least somebody in my life by this point. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Things that I hoped would happen last year and didn't. But now that I'm in my 40s, it's a whole new decade, right? It's a whole new life that I could live. 30s are gone. The past is gone. It's time to look forward. I've lost a lot of weight. I look better. I feel better. I'm a whole new man than who I used to be. So I'm going to stay positive. Look forward to a new future. Don't worry about being 40. I'm turning 45 this year, and I feel great. Down 65 pounds, light on feet. That is awesome. Congrats on your 65-pound weight loss. That's awesome. What do you think an interaction with Tess Holliday and Dr. Now would look like? Probably Tess Holliday walking out the door and never going back. I assume that's what it would be like. She would not listen to a single thing he had to say. But Tess Holiday has been dieting lately. So maybe she is starting to wake up. We will see. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm working on becoming a pastor right now. I'm going to Liberty University, studying pastoral theology. So that's what I'm working on now, as well as YouTube. Trying to make YouTube a full-time gig. We'll see how it goes. I keep losing my freaking camera. There. Have a good night, Andrea. I hope you have a blessed night. Sleep well. Thank you, Tracy. I am rooting for you as well. I hope things are going well on your end and your son's doing good. What's one of your biggest goals for 2024? Yeah, I pretty much just kind of listed them. I don't know if you were on, but becoming ordained, meeting somebody. I guess if I could say weight loss goals, looking good in a suit. Like, I really want to buy a suit. I've never worn something very, very nice like that before. So maybe by the end of the year, I'll buy a suit and see how I look in it. That's a good goal, right? Thank you, Isabella. I hope you have a great night and good luck on your exam tomorrow. Hope you do well. But if you don't do well, you can just blame me, and I can write you a note to your professor. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Happy birthday. 40's nothing. I'll be 49 this year, working on my own weight loss. Down 22 pounds by not eating garbage. You are amazing. Well, thank you, Tammy. I do appreciate that. You're going to be 49 this year. You probably feel about entering 50 as I did about entering 40. Did you ever end up trying those vegetarian proteins? No, sadly not. I didn't end up buying them. I might consider them. I might still consider that video idea. It's just a matter of buying it. A lot of that stuff can be expensive, and I wasn't exactly sure what to buy. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do it justice by buying the right foods and not buying something that would be crap. Like, even you would be like, why'd you buy that? That's not good. Buy this type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to do it justice. But I just didn't know enough about it to make a judgment call and put that on video. But it's still an option on the table for a video. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. If you could do a video collab with anyone, who would you want to and why? Probably Michelle McDaniel. Michelle, if you're watching, let's hook up. Maybe Obese to Beast. I asked him before and he didn't answer me, so he's probably not interested. But any of my No Mo Bopo warrior friends, there's a new goal. Get where you can travel and can do a Tennessee episode where I cook you veggie things. That sounds like a good goal. Maybe we can do a fundraising for that, and it sounds like fun. And then we could go for a hike or something. That would be fun. I turned 50 in September 26th. 40 is nothing, Tony. You're not middle-aged till you hit 50 now. You have 10 more years as a young adult. Why had so many people telling me I don't look 40? So, that made me feel good. All right, guys, it's hitting 10 o'clock here, so I guess I got to run. I got to finish my paper and turn it in and all that stuff. So, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hopping on. And to all of you who did a super chat as a birthday gift, I really, really appreciate that more than you know right now. Times are financially scary, not working. So I appreciate those gifts. I love you all, and I hope you have a great, great, great rest of your evening. And I'll try to do more of these chats because you guys seem to like them. Thanks, Steph. Yeah, old man. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate you very much, my friend. Rose. Camptastic. Thank you. Have a good night, Max. Take care. God bless you all. Love you. See you at the next video. Is coming out as soon as possible.